What's going on, guys? CDOBG here. Welcome to episode 44 on the Vault Hunters SMP. Did you know there's 44 islands in the Gotham archipelago? Interesting. Also, I realized I forgot the number fact for last episode, 43. Did you know it takes 43 muscles to frown? Interesting. Yeah, it's funny, like I'll look up the fact ahead of time and sometimes I'll just forget to say it. My bad. So I've been doing some work off camera. Let's go to the second floor here. A sugarcane farm. CWG. Why did you build a sugarcane farm when there's a sugarcane farm already on the server? It's somewhere over there. And I have a reason for that. We're going to be upgrading our power for very specific reasons. Now, there's something in Mechanism called a biogenerator, which is nice. It'll make power based on biofuel, like this. And then you're like, how do I get biofuel? Well, you just have to crush something, they're like all the vanilla stuff. Basically, if you can eat it, you can crush it. Although you could also crush like vines and saplings, and I guess you wouldn't eat a sapling. I mean, I've never tried eating a sapling. It might be kind of tasty. But I went with sugarcane. One sugarcane will give us 4 biofuel, and it's been running for a little bit. So there's a water stream that pushes into a hopper that I can access right there. And yeah, we already got a stack of sugarcane, so it should be a decent biofuel source. So let's go ahead and make ourselves a biofuel generator, and we also need to make another crusher. We just need a basic control circuit. Yeah, it shouldn't be too expensive. I'll craft those real quick and be right back. And we're back, and I crafted up said machine. Step 1, I'm gonna put a barrel right here to start collecting up that sugarcane. Nice. Step 2, I'm going to put a item pipe here. Let me grab my pickerang. Now I should be able to make an item pipe here and put the crusher right above it. Actually, no, I'm gonna put the crusher off to the side right here. That way I can pump in the items from the side. In order to get the sugarcane in there, I just have to set this to pull mode and it should put the sugarcane in. Nice, perfect. Now what I need to do is route some power cables so that way I could get power into this crusher. Luckily, we have some power cables over here that we can run over. So let's go snag some power from this guy. Now I should be able to hook up power to the bottom and the crusher goes brr. Now just for testing purposes, I'm gonna disconnect the power and let it start burning through its power supply. So this is going to be making the biofuel. Now we need the biofuel generator, which I'm actually going to put right above it. Actually, I'm going to put it right there. There we go. The biogenerator is in the floor a little bit. Now all I need to do is set this to eject to the right, turn on auto eject, and it should be able to put the biofuel in here. I found out the orientation of this machine does matter. The back has to face the source of the biofuel. Now you can see the biofuel, which is turning into bioethanol, is being placed into here and is producing 140 FE per tick. Nice. And right now the biogenerator is actually powering the crusher, so it's in an infinite cycle right now. And luckily the biogenerator is smart. It's only going to burn the fuel that it has as long as it has something to power. So right now it's powering the crusher, which is giving it more fuel. So it's definitely self-sustaining right now. So we can reconnect this to the power grid here, connect one to the biogenerator, and now our biogenerator is helping power our entire system. The question now is it better than our solar generator, which is producing how much? It's making 133. So it actually is making a bit more power than our solar generator. And I would make more advanced solar generators, but if you remember from the last time we made this thing is expensive because it requires so much of the, so much black opal, like over a stack goes into making one of these. So it's way cheaper to make these biofuel generators, and as long as I have a decent sugarcane farm, it should be able to run itself for the most part. As you can see, I got like a simple observer there. Did I just break the redstone on that? No, I didn't. Okay. And then it powers those pistons and then the items fall in. Yeah, you've all seen sugarcane farms before. And hopefully this guy should be able to power the house for a bit. Now, why did I even do this in the first place? Trust me, there is a method to my madness. You remember how we have our ore tripling system over here? Our goal is to get to ore pentupling. And one of the things that we need in order to get into ore pentupling is to make brine. Brine is basically salty water. So I got everything in my inventory. I need to build a thermal evaporation station, which will be used to make brine. To make this is pretty simple. Just do a 4x4 block base, like so. Throw down your controller somewhere, so put down 2 valves. One valve is for the water, and that other valve is for the brine, you know, input, output. Then you just build up these walls like so. Pretty easy. And once you got the last one in place, you should see particle effects. Boom. I'm going to make it one higher because the higher that you make it, the more water this thing can hold. And there we go. Right now, if you right click the evaporator, oh, you can only right click this thing and it gives you a little interface. Basically, we need a pump in water. Water will go here and brine will come out there. Now, luckily, we already have a source of infinite water, that being our sink over here. So I got a bunch of these fluid pipes. We're going to pipe the water all the way down there, and then I'm gonna pipe the brine all the way back up. So that should be pretty fun. Luckily, we have room underneath the floor that we could run cables down where we're gonna pump the water out. So I'm gonna connect this water down to our evaporation station down there, and I'll be right back. Wow, I really feel like a plumber here. So as you can see, I got our water pipe going all the way down here. It's gonna go underground, and then boom, that should be pumping the water in. Yeah, as you can see, it's filling up quite quickly. Now, the only issue is it's not making any brine. The temperature is 52 degrees Fahrenheit, and that is not enough to turn this water into brine. This is temperatures actually based off of the biome that we're in. And we're actually in a colder biome, as you can tell. There's like some snow around here. So you want to, if you set this up in the desert, you actually don't need any power and it'll just turn it into brine. Also, why is there a skeleton horse here? That's a bit random. So we need to find a way to heat this up. There's a couple ways to do it. Now there's something called like a superheating element you could use to heat stuff. There's a heat generator. Or my bad, there's a resistive heater that could use power to heat the sky up. Now the whole reason I set up the biofuel down there is so that way we won't need this solar panel anymore. Because there's something cool we could do with it. If you go to your thermal evaporator setup, and you just take off one corner and then throw a solar panel, an advanced one, it has to be advanced, right on the corner there. Boom, you can see it's heated it up. You can actually put up to 4 of these on there, but I'm only gonna do the one because these things are so gosh dang expensive. But as you can see, temperature's going up and we are starting to get the brine that we want. Nice. So now I just gotta figure out a way to get the brine back up. Now, every single one of these pillars here, there's enough space to route a cable. As you can tell, I have a water cable here. I think this one already has a cable. Yeah, this one has our power going up and down it. So I guess I'll use the one back here to run the brine up and down. Nice. So I guess I got more plumbing to do, but I'm gonna get this guy connected up with the brine that we need. And your boy's done more plumbing. As you can see, the brine is coming out the back here. It's running all the way around, going over here, and then it's going up to the 2nd floor. Yeah, you can see the brine go up. I really love the mechanism pipes. I think they look really cool. So all I gotta do now is put the dirt in here so that way you can't tell there's any secret underground pipes. I mean, other than the ones that are kind of coming out of the ground there, but that's okay. Also, why is there a stir cat just chilling there? That's a bit sus if you ask me. So if we go back up to the 2nd floor here, the brine is coming up to right there. That's our delicious brine that we need. Now, why do we need the brine again? Because we need to make this thing called hydrogen chloride by combining hydrogen and chlorine. Who would have thought? Now, we need the chlorine. We already have the hydrogen. Remember the hydrogen? Hydrogen is in this tank. Boom. We're already getting it from separating water into hydrogen and oxygen. So easy. Now, in order to get the chlorine, we need to separate the brine. Yeah, that delicious brine we have. It'll separate it into sodium and chlorine, basically table salt. And we need that chlorine to combine with the hydrogen. Now, sodium, I believe you could use for reactor stuff. Yeah, so the sodium will be useful later down the line, so I'll definitely want to hold on to it. So the 2 machines I'm going to need to make is another electrolytic separator, which we've done before, and the new one is a chemical infuser, which doesn't look too bad, honestly. So I'm going to go ahead and make those 2 machines, and I'll be right back. And we're back! And I got all the machines and stuffs and things that we're gonna need. I actually had to make this thing called a chemical injection chamber, which is kind of like the purification chamber, except for, I guess the purification chamber just does oxygen. So let's work backwards here. So we're gonna want our chemical injection chamber here. Yeah, I guess it does look a bit different, although it looks kind of the same when you open it up. So first things first, we could give it some power from the power cables down below. Nice. Now we have to get that we have to get the hydrogen chloride into this machine. So for now, let's move on to the brine processing. I will put a electrolytic separator right here. Gotta make sure it's facing the right way, like so. We can power it from below. There's a conveniently placed power cable. And now all that brine we've been getting in, holy crap, there's like 223 buckets of brine in there. That's a ridiculous amount of brine. I might have so much brine that I don't even need the solar panel down there anymore. I guess we'll have to wait and see. And we should be able to pump in the brine through the back. There we go. And what is it doing? It's making sodium and chlorine. It is 1-to-1 because, as you know, table salt is sodium chloride. Now I will put the chlorine tank here and the sodium tank here. So is it filling up? No, I think I have to tell it to... Oh, I think I might have just had the tanks backwards because I forget this is the front of the machine. Yep, this one's filling with chlorine and this one's filling with sodium. Nice. Next, we have to combine this chlorine with this hydrogen over here, so let me figure out a good place to do that. I mean, I guess we could do it here. Why not? This is the chemical infuser. Pretty neat. Now, I see that it's the green thing usually means that's the power connection. Am I able to power it from the bottom? I am. Okay, so I guess I could just ignore that. So let's just run some power cables down below. Nice, it's got power. And now I need to transfer the chlorine into here, but funny enough, in mechanism, this is actually a gas. This is not a liquid, so I cannot use my fluid pipes. We actually need to make one of these gas pipes, which are called pressurized tubes, which, yeah, they're pretty cheap because of steel, and we have all the steel in the world thanks to the vaults. Yay! And here we go. I got some gas pipes. Now we just need to route the gas into here, and all we have to do is go to our chemical tank that has the chlorine and tell it to output to the back, which is back, set it to output. Yep, and it's sending the chlorine in, and we got chlorine on one side. Cool. Now we got to get the hydrogen on the other side, which should be as simple as repeating this process. And it is facing this way, so we just go to the back, output, auto eject, boom, and now we got the chlorine in here, and it appears to be working. We are making hydrogen chloride. Yes, and now all we have to do is put it into the chemical injection chamber, which means we're gonna need more gas pipes, and I believe it's gonna come out the front. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. I don't want it to connect like that. All right, let me break this. I think I've got to route the hydrogen like so, and then we can have this come out the front. Yep, that's the hydrogen chloride. Perfect. And now, I told you guys before that when we get into ore pentupling, it's gonna turn into cable spaghetti, and you can already see the spaghetti has started, although I do like that it's different colors, because now we're gonna have to make it even more spaghetti and route these cables all the way up here. Now, it's important to not have these cables touching these ones, because if this ever empties of hydrogen chloride, it's gonna fill up with the hydrogen and kind of like mess everything up. And there we go, we got our hydrogen chloride hooked up, and we got hydrogen chloride inside of our chemical injection chamber. You know what that means? We now have ore quadrupling now, because we have the full quadruple setup. I'll go ahead and demonstrate. Let's put one osmium ore into here. As you can see, it is using the hydrogen chloride. It is going to convert it into 4 chunky chunks. There we go, we got 4 osmium shards. Now we have to tell this machine to accept items from the left. There we go, input to the left, and boom! Now it's got the osmium shards, which it's injecting with oxygen to turn into 4 of the osmium clumps. And then the clumps get crushed, yada yada, you know the drill. But yeah, we got ore quadrupling now. Now we just have one last step. One final machine that needs to go here to finish this ore pentupling setup. Well, guys, looking into the machines I would need for ore pentupling, there's 7 of them that I need, but there's one issue here. Like, if we look at the chemical crystallizer machine that we would need, they're expensive. They're going to require ultimate control circuits, which wouldn't be an issue normally, but each one requires 2 echo gems. That means this machine is going to require 4 echo gems, not to mention this machine will also need 4 echo gems, and this machine's also going to need 4 echo gems. So it's going to be 12 total echoes to do ore pentupling. Now, if you're in a single player world, I'd recommend just not going for pentupling, because that's just way too many echoes. But of course, I'm CWG, I'm crazy. I'm going to do it, but I do need 3 more echo gems. Wow, that's such a waste of echo gems, but it's going to be great. So since we can't do the pentupling this episode till we get more echoes, I got another exciting idea for us. If you look at my inventory, I got a bunch of elevator blocks. Shout out to Code, because Code has the elevators mod unlocked, which you can see. I think elevators is like somewhere over here. Yeah, there. You can research it. Now, I had Code craft me 2 stacks of it, plus I got the 21 I have already. And I got some pretty funny prank ideas that you guys have been giving me in the comments and on my Discord. And let's go try out a few of them. So down here is the vault portal, and what we could do is just take one of these blocks. We're gonna just take one that people probably wouldn't check, like one from the top. Let's take this top corner right here. There we go. And then replace it with a lime elevator block. Now normally it'd be pretty obvious. It'd be like, ah, the portal's broken, you can tell. But you could right click a block onto it and it's camouflaged. You see, it's still an elevator block, but it's camouflage. Sorry if it's really dark and hard to see in here. But basically, there's one of these in the portal ring is an elevator block. So if we try to use a crystal on it, doesn't work. So the next person that comes and tries to like use a crystal in this portal, they're gonna be so confused. They're even gonna look at it. They might even like break one of these blocks and be like, oh wait, that's blackstone. But unless they check that specific block up there, looks like they won't be going into the vault. People are probably going to think it's a server issue and Code's going to have to figure it out. Sorry, Code. Now, the next thing we're going to do is flex. Now, this prank should be pretty easy. I'm just going to make a big pile of elevator blocks around here. And you can probably see where this is going if you're looking at my inventory. We can make them look like vault diamond blocks. I'm just going to make a massive pile of vault diamond blocks here, like in the center. And people are going to be so confused on who has all these vault diamond blocks and how the heck they managed to get so many. Because if you didn't know, each vault diamond block is 9 vault diamonds. So that is quite an expensive feat. So I'm going to like just make a pile of this stuff and see where it ends up. And there we go. We have our massive pile of totally legit vault diamond blocks. Wow, don't worry, they're all elevator blocks, which is interesting. You can technically build out of any block you want to if you just camouflage it into an elevator block. So that's pretty, yeah, that's pretty neat. I think I'm just gonna leave this here, no sides, no context, and just see how people react to it as they walk by. Now here's another prank we could do with our elevator blocks. I mean, these things, there's just so much pranking you could do. And yeah, thanks to the people in the Discord who showed me I could do this. All we gotta do is go to Mr. Beacon here of Codes. He's got a full strength beacon. If we just, let's say we grab a block like here, I don't know, and we place an elevator block, and then we can make it look like it's actually there. Actually, you know what? Code's the one who made me these elevator blocks. I'm not gonna prank him. I'm gonna go prank someone else who has a beacon. For instance, I think Rob has a pretty big beacon setup. Oh, this could be perfect. Yeah, he's got a 6 beacon setup. This is way better. All right, so if we mine our way down here and we just take, I don't know, let's just take this block right there in the middle, because it should be touching all the beacons. Like you can see right there, all the beacons turned off. We put in an elevator block down there, make sure it looks like an iron block, and then we put the other ones in. Yeah, all the beacons are lit again, but they all only have the first level of power. That's hilarious. I wonder if he's even gonna notice. Like, eventually he has to check his stuff and be like, huh, wait a sec. And there we go, we got some good pranks in on the server. And with that, we're on time for today's episode. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Expect some live streams soon of some more vault runs, because we need Echo Ore and we need to keep our level ahead of Chosen. Very important. Catch you guys in the next one. CWG, out.